Hi everyone, welcome to Cashwalks.
We're in the beautiful town of Avebury and it's famous for its stone circle.
Yeah, come and see it.
Avebury is in southwest England. It's Europe's largest neolithic stone circle, built roughly 4,000 to 5,000 years ago. The town is extended inside the henge with its stone rings. It's a 40-minute drive from Stonehenge over to these stone circles. It's past lunchtime, so we're calling into the Red Lion for lunch before going to the stones. It's a beautiful thatch roof pub built in 1802. It's the only pub in the world surrounded by an ancient stone circle.
So now we need to go on and see if we can get some food and a drink.
They can seat us for lunch in half an hour, so we're getting a drink while we wait. I'm having a Gulp English IPA. For those unfamiliar with the term IPA, it stands for India Pale Ale. It was too hot to brew in India. A beer was needed that could survive the 6-month journey from Britain. IPA came to the rescue. More hops gives it a stronger flavour that lasted the journey. Let's head outside as it's a sunny day and we want to avoid crowded rooms as much as possible to reduce the chances of catching COVID.
This one's for London Westie. Cheers, London Westie. Oh, very nice.
As expected, it has a full hop flavour and aroma.
Love sitting outside here with these wonderful flower baskets and the thatched roof.
Time to go in for lunch.
Not too many people inside.
This time I'm having a Green King IPA. It's a seasonal ale, again with a hoppy taste and aroma.
We're both having honey glazed pork belly. Yum. A last look at this beautiful pub.
Then let's go and look at the stones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Quite amazing, the village is built right in the middle of a
Yes.
stone circle, isn't it?
Yes.
Quite big stones.
They are.
Not as big as Stonehenge, but still quite large.
Yes. Yeah, they are. You're very vertical. Beginning in the medieval period, locals began burying the stones. This may have been by religious zealots to eradicate the stones from the landscape, but land clearance may have been a more likely motive. Most damage began in the late 17th century, when the local inhabitants found ways of breaking up the stones so they could be used as building material. In the 1930s, surviving stones were re-erected in their original holes and the site became fully protected. Where stone holes were found but the stones were missing, they have been marked with concrete plinths. Let's give way to the locals. There's a large outer stone circle and two separate smaller stone circles situated inside the centre.
Some of the stones have interesting histories. When re-erecting this stone, a body was found underneath, dating to the early 14th century. It was thought he was crushed while working to bury the stone. However, there are no signs of traumatic death, which suggests that the man may have been buried beneath the stones rather than crushed by it.
it's nice now. The sun's out.
It's strange seeing the houses amongst the stones. The large copper beech trees up ahead are said to be the inspiration for J.R.R. Tolkien's walking trees, the Ents of Lord of the Rings. Tolkien is reputed to have sat underneath these trees, where he gained inspiration for his stories about Middle-earth.
People put offerings here for many different reasons. It's a wishing tree. You are encouraged to use only cloth that can decay and disappear. Some believe when it rots away, then the magic occurs. Pity about the damage here. The stone on the right is estimated at 100 tonnes, and this is the most massive surviving stone of the monument. A lot of it's underground. We're passing the Swindon Stone, another massive 65-ton stone, which is one of the few at Avebury never to have been toppled.
Let's have a good look at the henge, the ditch and the great bank that surrounds the whole area.
The wide-angle lens of our camera doesn't show depth well, so I'm going down to the bottom so that you can see how small I get. The ditch was once 9 metres deep and the bank above 7 metres high.
Oops.
It was not grass back then. It would have stood out starkly in white. I'm at the bottom.
It's time to head to another cache at Silbury Hill. Passing this beautiful house on the short walk back to the car. It's a short drive from Avebury. Looks like a great pub coming up on the left. The Wagon and Horses, a 16th century public house. Charles Dickens mentioned it in his novel Pickwick Papers. There's Silbury Hill up ahead behind that tree. Probably completed around 2400 BC, it apparently contains no burial. Though clearly important in itself, its purpose and significance remain unknown. There is no public access to the hill in order to protect the site and its sensitive archaeology, and because it's unstable. Silbury Hill is the largest prehistoric artificial mound in Europe. To claim the virtual geocache here, we have to answer an easy question from the information board. It stands 30 metres high and 160 metres wide, and its construction is estimated to involve about 4 million man-hours of work. 500,000 tonnes of material, mostly chalk, were used to create it. It compares in height and volume to the roughly contemporary Egyptian pyramids. Cache logged, we're heading to the West Kennet Avenue of standing stones close by. An avenue, originally of around 100 pairs of prehistoric standing stones, raised to form a winding 2.5 kilometre ritual link between the pre-existing monuments of Avebury and the sanctuary. 27 remain. Now let's find the nearby geocache. Not sure if this is a wheat or barley field. If you know for sure, please let us know in the comments. We have to say how many large stones are at ground zero, so we'll have to end this with us still searching. Back to the car and on to another geocaching adventure.
Well, that brings us to the end of our cache walk here at Avebury and the wonderful stones in amongst the houses. Thanks for watching.
And don't forget to go geocaching.